Hello, hello, welcome. It's Tuesday, and we are here reading another chapter from Days of Darkness by yours truly, Angelique. This is a sharing of some of the light that I gleaned from some very challenging times during my early 20s. And I am very grateful for this experience of sharing it with you all and reading through it. I love to say that being an author, having a book was not on my bingo card of life. And one of the things that I have been most enriched by through this experience is processing my story. And I cannot recommend enough how powerful this experience is and how it has contributed to my healing journey. I recommend that people who do not see themselves as authors or writers or creative or artistic or intellectual in any sort of way to capture and document and archive their story, their challenges. And when you have the capacity to see what lessons and light and knowledge and wisdom can be passed on to other people from it, to yourself from it, to support you on your healing with it, then share that, then do that. But I highly recommend just cataloging it and putting it in front of your face and reading it and recognizing that there may have been these challenges, these harsh experiences in your story. However, you're here now. You are here now. And you get to write the next book. You get to write the next chapter. I was getting some prayer at Agape like the first Sunday of the month, like a week or so ago. And the practitioner that I got paired with is Akuyo Graham. And she is also the founder of Spirit Awakening. And just being in her presence is always so wonderful. And I really feel like Spirit aligned her as a beautiful teacher of mine, and I'm really grateful for that. And she prayed for me, and then afterwards, I was telling her about the Ghana trip, and she's excited, and she said, "You've got a book in you." And I was like, "Yeah, I already have a book." And she said, I know, but no, there's another book in you." She's like, "I see it." She was like, look at me in my eyes. I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, I really do believe in this capacity and this freedom that we have to create and archive our journey and to process through that and to share it with others so that they can also learn and grow and heal. Because we are on an individual journey that impacts the collective experience. So the more of us who are healing and willing to share that healing, the more of it will be in the world. So yeah, that's my little opening rant, chat, conversation. Today we're going to be reading Everywhere is a Place to Learn. Pausing for the thumbnail, okay? Yeah, and this is the coloring page that goes with it, or that is before it, I should say. I really like I've been getting comments about the geometric nature of these pieces, of this collection of work. That is my coloring pages, because, that's the part I really care about. As an artist. But yeah, and I appreciate it, and I'm excited for the opportunity to color them. Hey, Leah, just about to get into this reading. As if we're reading lesson 15 today. Everywhere is a place to learn. Just about to jump into the author's note. This is a work of non-fiction. The events and experiences detailed herein have been described from the author's memory to the best of the author's ability. This publication is designed to provide personally experienced information in regard to the subject matter covered. It is sold and shared with the understanding that the author is not engaged in rendering psychological, financial, legal, or other professional services. If expert assistance or counseling is needed, the services of a competent professional in that field should be sought. Yes, I do personal coaching, spiritual coaching. I am planning community gatherings and workshops, and it's going to be a beautiful opportunity to expand yourself and get accountability and be creative and expressive. However, I am not giving out no psychological drugs. I am not anybody's a lawyer. And I am certainly not anyone's financial advisor. However, I do have some financial literacy support. And if you would like some support with your financial literacy game and knowledge, I can make you some referrals. And if you are looking for other sorts of resources and services, I can point you that way. But if it's not coming to expand yourself through creative expression and build your personal spiritual practice, that's not me. Onward. Parental advisory, content warning. Topics of suicide and depression, some sexually suggestive situations, and strong language. I also wanted to mention, before I read this dedication, and I might make a video about this and put it on my, I'm calling it community forum now, because blog feels like you come read this and this is just about me, but I really want it to be like a collective conversation space. So on my community forum, I'm going to post a video where I'm talking about someone who has navigated / is navigating, because I don't, those thoughts are kind of always there, but like suicidal, unaliving thoughts, right? Because it really, and what sparked this is that somebody, a friend of mine who is a practitioner or was a practitioner, like a spiritual practitioner, asked me about my meditation practice and asked if I really do pray and meditate every morning. And I said, yes, I do. And something that I don't think a lot of people realize with those of us who navigate unaliving thoughts is that every day is a choice. Every single day I am choosing to be on this planet. And I would really like people to understand that. And my prayer and my meditation is a part of me choosing to be on this planet in a conscious way, so that I do not slip into that darkness again. And that is not to sow fear or pity or have people think that meditation and prayer is like some magic pill that solves all mental illnesses. That is not what I'm saying. Or mental disorders, or again, I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I am just someone who knows the benefits of having a personal spiritual practice and how it has supported me with maintaining my enthusiasm about being alive and being on this planet. So I'll make a video about that, but I just really would like people to understand that it's a choice every day, every moment. and having a personal practice is a part of that. So in any case, going forward, dedication. This book is dedicated to all the younger versions of me. She is the giant upon whose shoulders I stand. Without her strength, perseverance, and resilience, I wouldn't be able to stand as tall as I do today. I love you, little me. And I appreciate you, Leah. I seen your hearts and your flowers and your prayer hands. Yes. So yes, again, we're diving into lesson 15, which, all of these are just always so right on time. Everywhere is a place to learn. Excuse me. In life, we can sometimes feel off course. But even in unsure, uncharted, unknown places, there is knowledge to be found. A key to success is learning and growing from everything in life. Being a beginner at something teaches humility, teamwork, and people skills. Learning the basic fundamentals of serving or executing in a small way leads to a more solid understanding of how to operate on a large scale. Being an employee shows you what kind of leader you want to be. Having hands-on understanding of the day-to-day details will support you with making major decisions. Learning from every experience is possible, no matter how insignificant it may seem. People tend to fall into a victim mindset if they don't see the valuable lessons from challenging situations. This erodes the chances of making progress. Use where you are to develop whatever skills you can. You never know what may help you create the life you desire. This is a good one, y'all. This is a good one. Who wrote this? This is so good. Gosh, I love myself. But yeah, so much was coming up for me from this. One of the things that Reverend Michael shared this weekend was that we have so many great examples of what type of people we would prefer not to be in the day and age of 2025 in America. What kind of leaders we want to be, because we see that there are leaders who are creating a community where people don't feel safe, where people are feeling hostile, where people are feeling unsettled and insecure. And we can recognize that is not the sort of leader we want to be. And we get to decide that in our everyday lives, in our everyday actions. And this book is geared towards like young adults, like teens and young adults. So it's coming from the space of like, maybe you are washing dishes or getting coffee or working, I don't know if anybody's going to be working at a cash register much longer, just the way the technology is moving, but you feel me? Not that may be where you're starting at. However, if you do feel a greater calling on your life, what you're doing now may seem menial or small. However, it is a key function to the operation. And when we understand that us keeping the floors clean so that nobody slips and falls, or so that there aren't pests, or just so the aesthetic of an establishment is nice, right? And people are wanting to come and patronize that establishment, that's a big part of it. then mopping the floor looks different, right? And also, when we know how to navigate a cash register, again, I don't know how long that's going to be happening, but I have a lot of experience there, so I'm going to speak from my experience as someone born in the 1900s. When you're at a cash register and certain things aren't in the inventory, or you have to navigate some challenging conversations, Auntie Pearl has like 80 coupons and you have to figure out how to navigate this and ring this and, problem solve, do some math, right? You can take that into larger business operations when you're moving bigger chess pieces on your board. It really is everywhere. It really is possible to learn everywhere. Excuse my thought skipping. It really is possible to learn everywhere, and we are constantly learning everywhere. It's really just a matter of, are we consciously allowing ourselves to learn and grow from everything? But yeah, I'll leave that there. I'll leave that there because, again, I like to keep these succinct, and I know I've been yapping recently because there's a lot of exciting things happening. But yeah, everywhere is a place to learn. Everywhere is an opportunity for you to grow. You might think that you are between a rock and a hard place, but you really are just a flower waiting to bloom through the sidewalk crack. What about that? And I'm rooting for you. And if you're interested in getting this book to get some encouragement and get your coloring on, you can go to vzspaces.com, or you can go onto my Instagram and check the bio for that. I want to make this quick announcement because some of you may have heard that I'm taking a trip to Mexico next month, and then the month after that I'm going to Ghana, Africa, and then I don't really know what the rest of the year is looking like because life is just, I'm in a real unknown territory right now, and I'm just like allowing myself to expand into it. So I've been feeling this sense of I need to be in a creative cave. I don't know if you've ever heard the biographies of many artists, but there does tend to be seasons where they'll go off on a week and just spend the week in a hotel or in their basement making art, writing, thinking, tinkering, because they just need that time, and I'm feeling that. I will still be coming on here to do my readings. I will still be posting clips of some of the things that are coming up, like the Healing Conversations podcast, and I will be posting things about Mexico and about Ghana. I'll be posting things on my my forum, right? However, I feel like I personally have this little nagging thought that's like, you need to be more active in these places, or talking to these people more, or doing certain things. And now I'm just at a point where my creative energy is just like, kill that. That's gone. We need to hunker in and really get into a creative production space. So I may not be on here very personably, you feel me? And I think that's really what the feeling is, not being on here as I'm an individual person. Hello. It's gonna be more like, here's my book, here's a trip, here's this event. A lot of other people use digital media regularly. I just have my own personal qualms about it. In any case, I'm learning and growing. But yeah, I say all that to say, you'll be seeing content, but it won't be just kind of me chatting or saying hey. You might not see me in your comments as much. I'll still be on Trauma Drama when I can. Leah Abraham, 10:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay. And I'll still be in certain spaces and things, so I'll still be around, but I am kind of just shifting my priorities and you're still going to be getting all the beautiful things. It's really just me making a personal announcement for my own clarity. But anyway, yes, we are here. Good things are coming. Healing Conversations podcast, June 18th. Days of Darkness, available now if you are interested in supporting this book, Getting to Ghana, Africa. We have spots for donors starting at $70, and you can get a book, and you can send a book to somebody in Ghana. And I am limiting the capacity of people because, listen, I'm just gonna give you, I know, because I'm just here for you, Leah, honestly. But when I go and I have these books and then I give them away, it's gonna be like maybe 10 books. I'm gonna give them away, and I'm gonna have this space in my luggage, right? And then I'm gonna just give me a whole bunch of stuff to fill it in. That's my real hack right now. That's my real game plan. I want to make sure I have space to bring stuff back. So I'm going to bring something there, and it's going to be books. And I'm really excited because we're going to be across the pond officially. So if that's something that you would like to support, you can DM me. You can DM me, email me, hit me up at vzspaces.com, whatever is best for you. Have a beautiful, wonderful, absolutely spectacular, marvelous day. I love you too, Leah. I am rooting for all of you, and just know that there is light in you and the world needs it. So if you need a permission slip, I signed it for you. But really, you gotta sign it. And that's where I'll sign off. Bye.